Part 2 begins. Ryan stood frozen in the abandoned warehouse. The distance to the screen was small, but it felt like a million miles.
The security footage was surprising. The secret folder was gone, but the visitor politely left a beautiful gift box on the desk. Ryan stepped closer, his heart pounding. Daniel shook his head calmly. I didn't betray anyone. It's just that dead men can get more work done.
He held up a pawn chess piece. You think the Dark Syndicate is running things? No, Ryan. In this grand game, we are all just pawns. Click. The screen went completely black. Ryan rushed to the projector, but there was only a mechanical timer left behind.
He searched the entire warehouse. No footprints, no cars, no Isabella. Just the echoing sound of his own footsteps.
Suddenly, CLI Inc., a soda can rolled across the floor. Ryan instantly dropped into a combat stance. Come out, he warned.
Out of the dark corner stepped a 12-year-old boy named Tom, casually eating a giant hamburger in the middle of a spy mission.
Want some? My mom says I need to eat a lot because I'm growing. Oh!
The handsome uncle told me if you don't eat it, I can have it, Tom said, pointing to the ceiling.
Ryan ran outside and looked up. A zipline cable connected to the next building.
A tiny chess piece keychain swayed in the wind. Daniel had literally slid away like a movie action hero. Tom ran out and handed Ryan a yellow envelope. The handsome uncle said, "To give you this too."
Ryan anxiously opened it. A hostage photo? A ransom note? No.
It was a photo of Isabella, happily eating a slice of pizza. On the back, it read, "Don't worry, she came willingly."
Next time, do not buy pineapple pizza. He complained about it for 10 minutes. I can't believe you told him that. I know, right?
Ryan facepalmed and laughed. Even while faking his death, Daniel still hated Hawaiian pizza. Unbelievable. Suddenly, his phone vibrated. A text from Isabella's number. It read exactly 4 words. "I am pregnant, Ryan."
Do not rescue me!
He immediately called her back. It rang 5 times before connecting. "Isabella!" he shouted. No answer, just the sound of ocean waves and loud seagulls. Then, the call dropped. The docks?
Next, Captain Miller called. Is Daniel alive? He asked. Ryan sighed. Yes. Sadly, I'm not joking.
From now on, do not act alone.
Now you tell me?
Miller ordered him. From now on, do not act alone.
Before Ryan could move, a yellow taxi screeched to a halt. Out stepped Uncle Tony.
Wait, wasn't he in federal custody? Tony proudly pointed to a security pass on his neck.
How did you get out?
Tony took a bite of a donut. I told them my stomach hurt, went to the bathroom, and traded clothes with a janitor. Get in!
They jumped in. The taxi driver, an old guy chewing gum, looked back and laughed. The taxi took them to a dusty, vintage watch repair shop. Inside, an old watchmaker named George was fixing a grandfather clock. George looked up. Your footsteps are still as loud as 10 years ago, Tony. Ryan was amazed. They knew each other. George slid a wooden box to Ryan. Daniel dropped this off a month ago. He told me you were an undercover agent.
Ryan opened the box. An antique silver pocket watch. The hands were frozen at exactly 9:17. No letter, just the watch. Ryan flipped it over. A tiny engraving read, "If you want the truth, don't trust the first person who offers a hand."
Before Ryan could ask what it meant, SKRRT. Bright headlights suddenly flooded the old watch shop. 3 black SUVs parked aggressively outside. 10 men in dark suits with raven symbols stepped out, and they were definitely not here to fix their watches.
Chapter 2. 10 intimidating guys surrounded the watch shop. Ryan was sweating, but George the watchmaker? He was perfectly calm. Wow, a lot of customers today. I hope they aren't hungry.
Ryan facepalmed. Tony, they look dangerous.
Tony just smiled. Hungry people make bad decisions, kid.
George coughed. Keep it down, they'll hear you. He calmly walked over to a dusty wooden bookshelf.
Ryan asked for a back door. George pulled a thick dictionary, and bam! The entire bookshelf rotated into a secret tunnel.
Ryan's jaw dropped. You actually built a spy tunnel? Tony gave a thumbs up. I love this old guy.
They rushed inside just as the front door was kicked open. The tunnel was long and covered in hundreds of ticking clocks.
Why so many clocks? I collect them. Are they for sale? George glared at him.
The tunnel ended behind a sweet-smelling bakery. A cheerful young baker waved.
Grandpa, you brought guests.
Meet Lucy. She instantly knew Tony. Grandpa said you're the only guy who can eat 6 donuts while being chased. She giggled.
Tony puffed out his chest proudly. My record is actually 8.
Ryan just shook her head laughing. Suddenly, a breaking news report flashed on the bakery TV.
Massive escape during federal transport.
The TV showed photos of Victor, Elena, and Tony? Ryan and Tony looked at each other.
Wait, I'm right here.
Ryan realized the truth. The transport was full of decoys. The Dark Syndicate orchestrated a massive fake escape.
Ring Lucy looked at her security camera app and turned pale. Grandpa, there are men outside the bakery.
Ryan looked at the screen. 3 men in suits. The leader looked right at the camera and showed a silver ring. Ryan's eyes widened. A king chess piece ring. These weren't the Dark Syndicate. These were Daniel's men. They found him.
Lucy nervously flipped the store sign to closed, as if that would stop highly trained secret agents. George just calmly poured another cup of tea. I might be worried, but I still need my tea, he said peacefully.
Knock. Knock. Excuse me. Are the waffles still available?
Crash. A brick flew through the door. George sighed deeply. I just replaced that glass last week. Priorities, George.
The men stepped inside. The leader, Lucas, took off his sunglasses. Apologies. I should have waited until you opened.
What do you want?
You're even more handsome than your file says.
Lucas handed Ryan a business card. Recruitment specialist. I'm here for your job interview.
You brought a strike team for a job interview?
The talent market is very fierce these days.
Lucas opened his briefcase. Daniel doesn't want you to work for him. He wants you to lead his entire empire. 43 companies, 12 banks, 3,000 employees, all in your name. Tony dropped his pastry. Kid, you're rich.
What's the catch?
The truth.
Lucas leaned in. The truth about the tragic car crash that took your parents 12 years ago. It was never an accident. Ryan felt like he was punched in the chest. You're lying, he growled. Lucas calmly pulled out a smartphone.
Lucas played a blurry old traffic video. It clearly showed a black SUV intentionally crashing into Ryan's family car.
How do you know that?
Oh, I have my sources.
This footage was deleted 2 hours later, Lucas said softly. Then he placed an old photo on the table. Ryan looked at the photo. It was his father, standing right next to a much younger Captain Miller.
Ryan's blood froze. The man who raised him, who trained him, who he trusted with his life, was connected to his parents' tragedy.
Lucas put his sunglasses back on. Keep the photo, Ryan. Open the envelope when you are ready to stop living a lie.
As the men left, Ryan stood alone. The truth was finally unraveling, and it was darker than he ever imagined. Chapter 3. Ryan stared at the old photo of his dad and his agency captain. His hands were shaking. Was his whole life a lie?
Lucas leaned in. Did your captain adopt you out of kindness or out of guilt? Ryan growled, "Don't try to manipulate me."
Lucas shrugged. By the way, Isabella is mad at you for acting alone. He even mimicked her voice perfectly.
Uncle Tony burst out laughing.
How do you know what she said?
We had pizza together yesterday.
Yeah.
And with that, he walked out like a boss.
George calmly opened the black envelope Lucas left behind. Inside was a silver key and an address to an old suburban church.
George sighed. 25 years ago, that church was an orphanage. You lived there before you were adopted, Ryan.
No, it can't be.
Ding! The bakery door opened. A sweet little 8-year-old girl walked in hugging a teddy bear. Aw, so cute! She walked right up to Ryan and handed him an envelope. A handsome uncle told me to give this to you, she smiled.
She whispered, "The uncle also said."
Don't buy the popcorn inside, it's too expensive.
Ryan couldn't help but laugh out loud. Inside the envelope was a circus ticket. Come alone, the note said. Tony immediately raised his hand.
I love the circus. I'll sit in a different row.
Suddenly, Ryan's phone buzzed. A text from Captain Miller. Come to the agency immediately. It was time to face the music.
Ryan rushed to the agency. The atmosphere was incredibly tense. Captain Miller locked the door and pulled out a top-secret file.
I kept this a secret for 25 years. He pushed the file forward. It was Ryan's original birth certificate.
Your adoptive parents.
We're actually undercover agents, Miller revealed. Ryan's entire childhood was part of a secret mission. Just then, the door burst open. A panicked female agent ran.
Captain.
Someone just broke into the secure archives?
What did they steal? They only took one file. Ryan Carter's classified file. The plot thickens.
Chapter 4. Ryan and Captain Miller rushed to check the security cameras. Who could steal a top-secret file from a highly secure agency? The footage showed a hooded figure. He easily took the file, but then, he politely left a beautiful gift box on the desk. What was in the box? Ryan asked.
Butter cookies. The whole office ate them. They were delicious.
Ryan almost fainted.
Only 5 people had access to that file. Ryan, the captain, the director, the archive chief, and Daniel Brooks, the ghost in the system. The guard woke up. He says the thief sounded exactly like you, Ryan.
Just then, a delivery arrived. A massive bouquet of flowers for Ryan. Remembering the last exploding bouquet, no one dared to touch it.
They scanned it. No danger. Ryan reached inside and found, a vintage tape recorder. He pressed play.
Hello, Ryan. I am Michael Carter, your biological father, his real father.
The voice warned him, never look for the silver key or everyone will be in danger. And then, snap, the old tape broke, right at the climax.
Where is he? Did you see Uncle Tony?
He went outside with a beautiful girl.
They rushed to the parking lot. Tony was gone. All that was left was one donut and a note. Don't worry, he came willingly. Oh no, not again.
Ryan's phone buzzed with a video call. He answered it immediately, expecting a terrifying ransom demand.
But it was Tony, sitting in front of a massive feast of pizza and chicken.
Are you kidnapped? Ryan yelled.
Tony cheerfully took a bite of chicken. Kidnapped? No way. They offered a free premium buffet. I volunteered. Ryan was so done with him.
Lucas stepped into the frame.
We needed Tony, he explained politely. He is the only one who has the key to your father's 25-year-old safe.
Suddenly, Isabella pushed Lucas aside. Ryan, I have great news!
I was so worried about you, Izzy.
But I'm here now, and I found the truth about your parents.
But there's a small problem. This guy is pointing a serious gadget at me.
Ryan's heart dropped.
Chapter 5. Ryan panicked, thinking Isabella was in grave danger. But on the video call, she just smiled calmly like she was ordering a latte.
Isabella giggled. He's pointing his gadget at the floor, not me.
Ryan sighed in massive relief.
You scared me to death. Don't joke like that. She turned the camera to Jack, the driver from the tragic crash.
I'm so sorry, Ryan. It was never an accident. I was forced.
Jack, who forced you? Boom! Ryan, the feed just went dark. What's happening?
Captain Miller quickly checked Jack's background file. The result? Jack had been legally classified as deceased for 23 years. Another ghost.
Suddenly, a photo message arrived. It was Uncle Tony, wearing a pink apron and happily cooking dinner for his captors. He really made himself at home.
No time for jokes. The tech team finally decrypted the stolen USB. It contained a highly classified black and white hospital video from 25 years ago.
The footage showed a nurse carrying 2 baby tags. One read Ryan Carter, the other read Daniel Brooks. Wait, were they babies at the exact same time?
The tech zoomed in. Oh, wait, Daniel Brooks was the name of the nurse carrying the baby. Ryan facepalmed. Uncle Tony would have joked about time travel.
The video continued. Ryan's biological father appeared. He was secretly handing a brown briefcase to a mysterious figure in a trench coat. The tech zoomed in on the mysterious man's hand. He was holding an antique silver pocket watch. It was exactly like the one George the watchmaker gave Ryan.
Suddenly, our missing friend appeared on the video call.
I have great news.
Oh, I'm so relieved you're safe. Thank goodness you're all right.
Suddenly, Captain Miller got an urgent call. He turned completely pale. Victor Moretti
Just then, a cardboard box arrived for Ryan. Inside was a wooden chessboard missing only the White King. A note read, "Find Station 9 to end the game."
Station 9? Ryan and Miller checked the city map. No Station 9 in sight. We searched everywhere. Not anywhere in the entire city. It's not here.
Suddenly, a random janitor tapped Ryan's shoulder. He calmly peeled off a fake mustache. It was George the watchmaker. How did he sneak into the agency? Chapter 6. The tech team traced George's call. The result? He was calling from inside the agency headquarters.
Ryan sprinted into the hallway. He looked everywhere, but there was no sign of the old watchmaker. Just regular office workers.
A janitor pushing a cart suddenly stopped. He calmly peeled off a fake mustache. It was George. He sneaked in wearing a disguise.
How did you get past security? I applied for a job. Ryan and Captain Miller face-palmed.
The most secure building in the city, and an old man just walked in with a resume.
Amazing.
George led them down to the dusty basement archives. He stopped right in front of a regular snack vending machine.
Ryan joked about buying snacks. But George pressed a secret 9-button code on the keypad. Beep, beep, beep.
Whoosh! The entire vending machine slid to the side. A dark, hidden spiral staircase appeared. A secret passage right under their feet. Get ready!
They walked down into an abandoned underground railway tunnel. It was freezing cold, lit only by flickering vintage yellow lights.
Ryan wiped the dust off a rusty old sign. It read, Station 9. This was the legendary place where undercover agents vanished forever. Clap, clap, clap. You finally found your way home, Ryan.
Daniel casually tossed Ryan a soda. Ryan glared at it.
Is it spiked with something?
Daniel laughed out loud, opened his own can, and took a big sip.
Don't worry, it was just on sale.
Still cheap as ever.
The jokes ended. Daniel showed Ryan an old photo of 8 tactical agents. This was the original elite squad. Your parents were in it.
Ryan looked closely. Wait, there are 8 people in the photo, but there are 9 shadows on the ground. Where is the 9th person?
Ryan looked closely. Wait, he said. There are 8 people in the photo, but there are 9 shadows on the ground. Where is the 9th person? Richard smiled warmly. You've grown so much, Ryan. He handed Ryan an old, yellowed envelope. Open this when you trust no one.
Chapter 7. Ryan held the old envelope. It was paper thin, but it felt heavier than a boulder in his hands.
Aren't you going to open it? It holds the complete truth.
Daniel smirked. He's learning not to trust anyone. I'm proud of him. Ryan rolled his eyes. You sound like a philosopher now. Suddenly, Ryan remembered something important. Wait a minute, where is Uncle Tony? Is he being tortured? Did you forget him?
Daniel burst out laughing. Tortured? He's in the kitchen teaching our chefs how to make the perfect tomato sauce.
Right on QA, Uncle Tony walked out of the tunnel, carrying a massive, steaming hot pizza. Yeah! He looked healthier and happier than ever. Ryan sighed in relief. Are you really okay? Tony nodded seriously. Well, they did torture me once. They made me eat vegetables. Only Uncle Tony could turn a highly classified, tense underground meeting into a cozy family pizza party.
Dinner aside, it was time for the truth. Ryan finally opened the envelope. But it wasn't a letter inside. It was a map.
He unrolled an old map of an offshore island. In the center, a red circle marked the words, Project Genesis.
Daniel explained. 28 years ago, a top-secret project was created. They recruited orphans to train them into perfect agents from childhood.
Ryan's blood ran cold. His entire life, his childhood, it wasn't normal. He was one of those orphan recruits, a human experiment.
He looked at the list of recruits on the map.
Daniel Brooks was number 1, and right below, Ryan Carter was number 9. But then he saw another name. Number 7, Isabella Moretti. Ryan gasped. Richard Stone nodded gently. The corporate boss is only her adoptive father. Ryan's entire world flipped upside down.
Before Ryan could process this massive twist, wee-oo, wee-oo, a loud, piercing siren echoed through the underground station. Red lights flashed.
The defense system is breached! Over 100 tactical agents are swarming the tunnels! Ryan and Daniel stood up instantly. The agency had found them. The final showdown was about to begin.
Chapter 8. The Grand Finale. Red alarms flashed everywhere. Over 100 tactical agents were swarming Station 9.
Ryan turned around. "Captain Miller!" he called. But Miller's chair was empty. He had vanished.
Richard Stone smiled calmly.
He left while you were looking at the map. He went to lead them here.
Amidst the panic, Daniel was casually eating a slice of pizza. Hey, you stole my slice! Priorities, guys.
It is time to end this. He walked over to a massive, heavy steel safe hidden in the wall.
Tony proudly pulled out a massive keyring with 300 keys. "Leave it to me. I'll try them all," he declared. Richard laughed. No need. He simply inserted a single silver coin into a slot, and the heavy safe popped wide open. Tony was stunned. Ryan reached inside. No gold, no money. Just an old letter written by his biological father, Michael Carter.
Upbeat, humorous female English voice, Ryan read it. His heart stopped. The letter revealed a massive secret.
Ryan gasped. Daniel smiled warmly and nodded.
"Yes, little brother."
Boom! Before they could hug, the tunnel doors burst open. Dozens of tactical agents stormed the station.
Hold! Nobody move! I said nobody move! A loud impact! Captain! Ah! Captain!
But Miller just sat up and winked. He pulled a flattened projectile off his tactical vest. Good thing I bought a new vest today.
Uncle Tony patted his big belly proudly. See? This is why you need a thick layer of fat.
Edward started his villain speech. Zap. A female agent behind him poked his shoulder with a stun gadget. Edward jumped up, yelping comically.
The agent took off her helmet. It was Isabella in disguise. She infiltrated the strike team. "Sorry, had to use a disguise," she winked.
Edward groaned. "I knew it was you! You made terrible coffee all morning!"
Isabella crossed her arms.
Defeated, Edward sighed and pressed a remote control. The entire dark underground station suddenly lit up brightly.
The lights revealed a massive wall covered in vintage photographs. It was a memorial to all the legendary undercover agents from the past. Ryan saw one specific photo, a happy family, his mother, his father holding a newborn Ryan, and a 5-year-old Daniel smiling brightly.
Daniel touched Ryan's shoulder. "Our father kept his promise. We are reunited." The two brothers finally shared a deep, emotional hug. Ryan.
Uncle Tony wiped tears from his eyes. "Are you crying?" Ryan asked. Tony sniffed. "No, it's the onions from the pizza."
Months later, everything was peaceful. Tony opened an Italian restaurant. His motto, eat first, solve crimes later. Business was booming.
Ryan retired from undercover work to become an academy trainer. Isabella opened a charity for orphans. They finally got their happy ending. What's the most important lesson Ryan learned? Know right from wrong and never trust a stranger offering a free buffet. Thanks for watching.